Hello, good afternoon. So this is going to be our Christmas cocktail session. I think you're going to be sick of me by the end of this year, showing you how to make cocktails. So what we're making today is a non-alcoholic version of a hot toddy, but that can be converted into an alcohol version of a hot toddy, okay? Very straight, simple recipe. I know I've said that in every single time I've done cocktail masterclasses, but I do promise this one is going to be dead simple. Okay, so we start from our fruit pretty much. Let's start with our carving. So you would carve an apple right in the middle. You would keep half of the segment for your garnish, and then the other segment, just make sure there's no hard bits on it. Take the little bit in the middle that usually gets taken out the apples. Skin or no skin, it doesn't make any difference, just slice it. There's no specific way to slice it, just make some slices out of it and put that in a big glass, pint glass. This is a cocktail glass. Then your next one, orange. So for the orange, I'm just going to take some skin off it. So literally just gonna go like that and take a strip from one side to the other. And what I'm trying to do here is to avoid having too much of the white that is behind the skin. That would add bitterness, what you really want, and that's what I'm just doing. I'm just saving off some of the white skin from the back of the actual orange skin. So I'll bring it closer for you. There we go. Okay, so literally a nice little piece of orange skin. Twist it so you can extract some oils off the skin and just drop that in the glass as well. Okay, in order to add a bit of some flavor, some sweetness, I did this at home when I was trialing this cocktail. I just literally cut that off an orange, so pretty much a tiny little slice, yeah? There we go, tiny little slice with my knife. Again, I would avoid to have any of the white stuff that is attached to the actual orange flesh, so I'm just gonna drag my knife underneath. I was not good enough, but there we go. And as you can see, what's left as a pure piece of orange, okay? No white, no skin on it, nothing. And I'll just put that in there for flavour as well. So that's the orange, that's the apple done. I've also got a lemon. So for the lemon, because we're putting some skin off the orange and some skin off the clementine, I'm just gonna go halfway down the lemon, yeah? So literally that. Again, I'm cutting any white excess skin that is left. I'll just apply pressure to the actual slice of the skin, and I'm just going to drag my knife underneath, and what it does is pretty much this, right? That's the bottom part, that's the top part of the skin. All the goodness we need is in here, the oils. So again, I'm just going to twist it slightly and throw it in my glass. And why I really needed the lemon was just for some juice, because you've got some sweetness in your oranges, you've got some sweetness in your clementines. We potentially can put some honey in there or some brown sugar that I've got here. So we need something to balance the sweetness, so you put something acid in, which would be a lemon. Lime tends to be sweeter, so lemon ideal. And just squeeze literally, I've just literally cut 1/3 probably off the lemon and just squeeze that in by hand. And that's it, done. And then last bit, my favorite fruit. So again, clementines, you just peel it as you would at home when you're eating it. Okay. not the best peeling skills, but yeah. Here we go. So that's out of its skin now, and I will just literally choose 2 segments of the clementine. There you go. Yeah. And then I will just cut them 1 slice here and 1 slice at the end, just so I can expose all its juices and taste. So I've just cut like 2 segments in 3 different pieces, and I'll just put that in my glass as well. So just to recap for the fruit: apple, lemon juice, a bit of lemon skin, orange flesh, a bit of orange skin, and for the clementine, again, I'm gonna literally take what I've peeled off it, and I'm just gonna apply pressure on the chopping board and cut a little bit like I did for the oranges and everything. So again, I'll try and get rid of the white skin underneath. Clementines are not that easy, but you don't need much. You just literally need that, which is, there you go, comparing to my palm how big it is. And again, twist it for its oils or its goodness, and in the glass. Now that's your fruit. Now our spices. Our spices, again, dead easy. Okay. Cinnamon sticks. So here I'm making about a glass worth. Yeah. So I wouldn't put the whole stick of cinnamon. I'll probably put half. But if you were making a pint glass of that, which would probably potentially be about 2 glasses like this one down here, I would put the whole cinnamon stick. Again, it depends on how much flavour do you want from your spices in your drink. So I'm just going to snap this in half and put it in there. That's it. And I'm done with my cinnamon. Again, same for your cloves. Okay. In this kind of quantity, if I was making the full glass, I would probably be looking at 4 or 5 cloves, 6 depending on how intense I want the flavour of the clove. Making 1 glass, I'll probably go for 3 cloves. Go on, I'll be generous, I'll go 4 and make it a bit more clove taste coming out. This here, ground nutmeg. Ideally, you know, if you have one of these and the whole nutmeg, that works better. You know, grating the actual nutmeg will give you more flavour. But if you don't, just use the powder you've got in your kitchen, and it's literally like a sprinkle. You don't need too much. You just need a touch. And I can show you how much I've put in here. I've literally just put a little slight coating onto my fruit. Okay, not too much. Now that's the nutmeg done. Last but not least, my favourite, sugar. So brown sugar. In this case, it's got more a molasses taste. It's got more like a closer to sugarcane taste, and that's what you want to get in there. It'll be even brown sugar or honey or half and half, depending on your preferences. For this occasion, I'm just going to go with brown sugar. And in this kind of amount for 1 glass, I would probably put 1 teaspoon, and if I was making a full pint, 2 teaspoons. So 1 teaspoon is exactly halfway this bowl. So that's my sugar in. And again, if it comes out too sweet for you, you've got your lemon, it's sitting there, it's cut, just add some lemon, mix it, and get the balance you want, okay? And I'll just finish off by topping up with apple juice, very simple. So once I've put all my spices, my sugar, all my fruit in there, I just top up with apple juice. So as I said, I'm not making the full thing. I'm making just a glass there. Now, the color you're gonna get, okay, and I'll tell you what the next process on the recipe is, but the color you're gonna get is pretty much this pale apple juice color, right? Now, because it's something that doesn't have alcohol in it, okay, you can have grenadine on the side, yeah, and add it, just a splash, okay, just to create that brown, purple, red towards red color that you get in toddies from the wine. The only thing I would say is when you're adding grenadine, just be very careful because grenadine is sweet, yeah? So you'll probably have to drop down your quantity of sugar or honey or up your lemon in order to balance it, okay? So even a touch is fine. You just need a bit of color in it just so it resembles more to a hot toddy rather than warm apple juice with spices. Okay, so the warming up process. So as soon as we've put all the ingredients and done what we've said today, okay, you just take that, your apple juice with all your fruit or your spices and try and warm it up. Now, my advice for warming this up, even if you've got alcohol in there or not, it would be go low, go longer times, okay? So for example, at home, I was boiling it for about 20 minutes, but it was not simmering. It was boiling for 3 minutes out of the full 20 minutes. The rest, it was in low fire, so I was keeping the temperature high up, but not to a boiling temperature. That allows, the heat allows the actual spices to infuse into the drink and get you more flavor in there. So I went and heated this up, and I've brought it up to, I would say it's about 70 degrees, but we'll find out. I've got a thermometer in there, and I'll move on to the glassware and tell you what the temperature is, okay? So this is the glassware I'm going to be using, and you're going to be seeing me using also different kinds of strainers as well, which you've seen in other cocktail sessions. Not necessary, you know, if you like your fruits and bits in there, go for it. If not, just, you know, put a knife on the side and strain the liquid out of the fruit and spices. It's your choice. I'm just going to use it to strain it and show you how it's going to look clear into a glass. So the temperature we've reached here is 65 degrees. Yeah, just 65 degrees there. So 60 would be your optimum. You would boil for about 2 minutes, would be close to the 100 degrees point, and then bring it back down to that kind of margin of 60 to 70 degrees and leave it there for another 10 minutes, okay? And then you've got your final product. So, final product, garnish, and you're ready. So, I'm going to use a fine sieve anyway just to get all the bits out, and a Hawthorne strainer just to keep all the fruit in the shaker. And as you can see, I did say I'm preparing for 1 glass, and it came out 1 glass. So that's it. Hot toddy a la DWP style. The only thing then that would be left would be your garnish. So for the garnish, you can literally take a piece of apple and slice it like that. Just a slice of apple, cut it in the middle here, so you make a little line and just put it on top, okay? Or you could go and do what I've shown in previous cocktail sessions. I'm going to do it very fast, so pretty much I'm just cutting a piece like this, okay? Alright, and what I do is, and I'll bring the chopping board closer to you so you can see what's happening here, okay? Right, so I'm literally taking this piece of apple and cutting a straight cut, but not all the way to the bottom. I'm just leaving about a millimeter before I get to the bottom, and then I'll just, there it is, and then I'll just flip it on the other side and do exactly the same. When these two cuts meet, what's going to happen is that, right, a segment is going to slide out. Now, you do exactly the same with the next piece that you've segged out, right? And then you get a third segment. So you could literally do, I've broken it here, but you'll see what I'm trying to demonstrate. So you'll be able to make something like that, and then rather than cutting a little cut so it sits on the glass, you can literally just stand it on the glass if it's done properly. So I'll just use the bottom part. You could stand it on the glass like that. And another additional garnish would be, again, playing with your orange peel. So cutting a nice strip of orange all the way down like I did in the beginning. Yeah? And then all I'm going to do here, and you're not required to do that anyway, if you want you do it, if you want you don't. I'm just straightening the two sides of it, making it a straight strip. There it is. Yeah, it came out like that, and I'm literally going to twist it slightly and pull it like a spring and sit it on my glass like that. So you could have that as a garnish as well, okay? So use your imagination. It could be mandarin segments, it could be segments of an orange, it could be an apple slice, it could be that, skin, whatever, and then you just garnish it and serve it. Now, some advice about this cocktail. Now, this has grenadine in, obviously, as we discussed, so that's where the colour is coming from. But I've got here a little bottle of port, so in this case, because it's purely apple juice, you won't be able to add too much wine to bring it up to the levels of alcohol you wanted. So you could add port, which is stronger, and I would literally add about a shot. In a glass like that, probably half a shot, so 25 milliliters of port. Any port, just buy a cheap port from the supermarket, add it in, and you'll get that wine flavour, but with the sweetness of the port, combination of all your spices, just makes it an amazing alcoholic toddy as well as a non-alcohol toddy. So that's from me, that's everything from me for Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas, have a happy New Year and great holidays, and I hope you'll be making your cocktails at home. There will be potentially also a Q&A session on the day that you get this video. So if that is the case, please do not hesitate to send me a message or come into the group chat. If not, you can send me an email and ask for any advice or any explanations regarding this or any other recipe of cocktails. Thank you.